Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah. Your Excellency, the Honorable Dr. Musalia Mudavadi, Prime Cabinet Secretary, the Honorable CS for Education, Honorable Julius Migos Ogamba, my Deputy Governor, our Senator of the County, the Honorable Members of Parliament, distinguished members of the Wajir High School Alumni Association. Assalamu alaikum. I'm happy to join you here today as your governor and an associate member of the alumni by virtue of being the governor. Your Excellency, as we were told at the table where we were having lunch, Wajir High School was the first secondary school in that part of the country. And there are people here who have the details of the rich history of the school, including Sharawi, who told us that Narok High School, Marsabit and Wajir High School were constructed or began rather in 1965, I think immediately after independence. And Wajir Primary School was also the first primary school in that part of the country. So much so that a lot of the senior people from the entire region, as far as Tana River and Marsabit and Isiolo and Garissa and Mandera, came through those two institutions, Wajir Primary School and Wajir High School. Wajir High School celebrated its 50th anniversary in my first term as governor. Abdullah was my chief officer then. Abdullahi is known as Furuga Abdullahi Al Hassan. And I remember we did some things for them. We built classrooms, we renovated the whole school, we did quite some graveling before we welcomed the then deputy president and current president, who was the chief guest, to celebrate with us the 50th anniversary. I hear you now on your requests, and I whispered to the patron that in spite of our limited resource envelope, I will, as Wajir County government, we will take one of the 4 items. And he chose for us, that's your patron, the ICT hall. So, Mr. Patron, the ICT hall. And I am hoping that the alumni will also do something, just not push it to government at the 2 levels. Your Excellency, the school that I went to has a very strong alumni. It's called the OSS, the Old Starrett Society. And one of the things that we are required to do, those that are able to, is to sponsor 1 kid in perpetuity by paying 1 million shillings. And the income earned out of that shillings 1 million keeps 1 kid in perpetuity at Starehe Boys Center. So it's a good thing that Wajir High School Alumni Association also is waking up to the realization that they have a duty to their school and to the generations that came after them. The people seated here and many others who have not been able to come here are consummate professionals, the creme de la creme of our society, and they went through Wajir High School. Wajir High School got you to where you are. You owe to give back to Wajir High School. Your Excellency, as of today, we have 354 primary schools in Wajir County with an enrollment of 137. We have 80 secondary schools, from one for the entire region in 1965 to 80 secondary schools only in Wajir County today, with an enrollment of 31,000 people, 31,000 students rather. Ours is a pure pyramid society in terms of demographics. For every class, there is at least double the number of students in the class following it. So our demographic dynamics are completely different from the rest of the country, partly because we have many kids, alhamdulillah, and we are still, I don't want to say largely, somewhat polygamous. So it's not unusual to find a 30-year-old with over 15, 20 kids. And that contributes to this kind of demographics. Your Excellency, the only other thing I want to say is that there is need for schools to build strong traditions. Strong traditions. The things that I learned in Starehe carry me to date. With urbanization, there's a lot that's happening. Society is opening up. We're dealing with an influx of migrants in our county. Much as we complain that there isn't anything much happening there, our economy is not doing good. Your Excellency, the biggest problem we have on the ground now is illegal immigration from Ethiopia that's taken up a lot of the handiwork, I don't want to say manual jobs. And this itself also creates a lot of challenges. Of course, there's also cross-county integration. So many people from other counties finding opportunities in our county. There is need for career talks. We have been a somewhat insulated society. Our HIV numbers were pretty low. In absolute terms, they're still very low. But they're growing, partly because of this integration, this urbanization. So I hope some of you seated here today will find time to go back to the school, to talk to kids about character building, about being responsible Kenyans, about the danger of HIV, AIDS, and a lot of other things. There's a lot of good things happening in our society, but that also comes with a lot of challenges. And this is why we talk of mentoring. So I hope you'll find time to mentor.